Hello guys and welcome to day 6 of 100 Days of Code with Chimiji and Samuel.
So I started today's work by going back to the course, and as usual we're working on the MeCard app. So basically the MeCard app is like a business card, or like a card that has all your details, your name, your number, and probably what you do. So we're supposed to do that as an app. So we're going to build the whole user interface to look like a real business card. So we started with incorporating custom fonts in Flutter. So we're going to use fonts that has been downloaded from other sites instead of using the default fonts that Flutter has provided for us. So the next step was to add a circle avatar. So a circle avatar is basically like your AV, so like a profile picture but in a circular form, just like how it is in social medias. So the first thing that Angela thought of was to add a background color first. So I added a background color, and the next step was to add a background image. Now it was time to add the image asset. So I went through my gallery and I found a random picture of myself, and then I started to add it first. To I created an image folder in my MakeAd folder, and then I added the image to it, and then the next thing I needed to do was to add it to my pubspec.yaml file. So as usual, I was having errors in the indentations, but I was able to rectify them because I already wrote down how many spaces I'm supposed to be having on each of the lines, kind of. So I already knew that, and then I added my image, and by the time I ran my app, everything was perfect. The next step was to add a text. So I learned about styling a text. I learned about changing the font size, the font width, and setting it to bold, and also adding another color. So I did that for my text, and it was already looking good. The next thing was changing the font family. So I went to Google Fonts, downloaded a nice font, and then I added it to a new font folder that I had created, and I added it to my YAML file before creating it in my code. So I added it to my code, and I ran my app, and it was looking good. As usual, there was a challenge, and the challenge was just to write the Flutter developer text, style it, and use another kind of font. So I started with creating the text, and I named it Flutter Developer, and then I decided to download the font from Google Fonts. The font is Source Sans Pro. So after I did that, I added it to my font folder that I already created, and then I added it to my YAML file. As usual, I was having indentation errors. It's going to take a while to like be really sure about the indentation in YAML files. After I did that, I added a few things like the font size and then the font width. So by the time I ran my app, it was already looking exactly like Angela had done. So lastly, a lot of people are asking me how to go about the 100 days of code challenge. So it's really simple. It's just you dedicating some time to coding and probably finishing that course that you've added to your folder for a very long time. So you can do your own 100 days of code. It's not compulsory. You have to document your progress on social media, but I just decided to do it this way because I just want to see how far I've come, and I feel like it's really going to help me in my consistency. So you can start your own 100 days of code. It can be 30 days of code. It can be 60 days of code. The most important thing is just to at least try to code every day and build that self-discipline. So bye until you are the 7.